always been really amazed by people that have like 20 things to do on their to-do list. Their to-do list seems to be never ending and they're completely fine with it. Like after a full day of all of that work, they're still vibing, having the time of their lives. I remember just being like, damn, they're being so productive. This is what I have to copy, right? So that's exactly what I did. I tried to copy this kind of routine. It was not sustainable for me to be working around the clock no matter how hard I tried. And the main reason was because I didn't know when to stop. I thought that every free moment that I had to have some sort of productive activity, which is kind of crazy because I was the kind of person that wouldn't do anything for a whole day and it wouldn't bother me. What ended up happening was that I would use up all my brain power in the morning to do like the one main task that I had at hand, that anything afterwards, I just wasn't 100% focused and actually motivated to do. I would be multitasking, but as we all know, multitasking is a myth. It's not real. I am so sorry. I would always feel so drained at the end of the day, and then when I would look back at everything that I had done, I realized that, hey, I didn't even do that much. So then it would continue on to the next day, and then so on and so forth, and I would just feel so exhausted while also having not really done much, which is kind of a shame. One night while I was going through my usual routine of reading, I came upon this book by Michael Hyatt called Free to Focus, and it kind of brought me down this rabbit hole of reading books that were really similar. So these are the books that I ended up reading, and these are all the little things that I picked up and actually incorporated into my new routine, and let me tell you, it has been a lifesaver. This is a really big mistake that I used to make because I would think, oh my god, I have so many things to do on my to-do list. There's no way I can go hang out with my friends, watch this movie with my family. And then what would end up happening is that I would get really stressed and anxious. I didn't give myself that time to kind of just lay back and relax. When you don't do that, the whole mentality of, you know, cutting back on leisure time to get more work done ends up backfiring on you because you don't end up getting more work done. Or if you do, it's really, really mediocre work. If you think you want to get a head start on some sort of project that you're doing and you end up working into the late hours of the night, what tends to happen is that you'll produce like mediocre work and it won't be work that you'll essentially be proud of. And then the next day you're going to be like, wow, like I should have just waited instead of trying to get a head start, because that's what I try to do a lot of the time. And then I end up producing less than mediocre work. So I never used to do that, but the moment I started, let me just tell you, it has been so helpful. Before, I used to kind of just go with the flow and I would kind of map out what I wanted to do like the morning of, or just kind of go and see like, oh, you know, after I finish this, I'll see what I want to do next. In my head, I was like, okay, you know what? No schedule means less stress, but it ended up giving me more stress because I would not be able to finish the amount of things that I thought I would. So by giving yourself a schedule the night before, you don't have time to think about it the next day and you're sort of getting into that routine of what you need to do and you're already in that headspace of like, okay, I need to do this and that by a certain time. Now I know that is really difficult, especially given the circumstances that we're under right now, and it's really hard to not think about the kind of uncertainties that we'll be facing. But trust me, if you're anything like me and you just have like 20 different things on your mind, all of them have to do with the future and less with the present, you will not have a good time. There's been so many days where I'm not able to enjoy the good weather and these peaceful mornings because all I can do is just think about where will I be like a year from now, 2 years from now, how will I get a job? I need to work on my portfolio, and it goes on and on and on. What ends up happening is that you miss out on all of these amazing things that are happening around you. You're not able to fully enjoy the time that you're spending with your friends and family. So what I've been doing these days is kind of teaching myself to really stay in the present. I'll go out into my patio and I'll make sure to really soak in every single element of being in the outdoors, even though it's just in my backyard, but just really focusing on the birds chirping, the nice breeze, the sun, and really just trying to stay in a present, calm state of mind while enjoying summer before winter comes. Stop it. Stop what you're doing right now. Stop multitasking. I used to be the kind of person that would listen to music while working, and I thought like, you know, this is what I need to do in order to stay focused, because I would get so bored doing like a certain task, but then it would end up being so counterproductive and I was not able to go into that like deep state of focus, which is what really gets like the gears in your mind working, and that's when you really produce like the best kind of work, when you're just 100% like mind tunnel vision, you know. Then you realize that you can finish tasks like 10 times faster when you're in that state of like deep concentration and you're not listening to music all the time. It changes your life. I'm being dead serious here. I do this thing where I mainly like to focus on 3 big tasks at a time, because I've realized in the past, although it is really nice to make it seem like your day is filled with all these things and write down like 10 different things that you have to do, it ends up being really counterproductive and you end up feeling really shitty about yourself because you can only maybe accomplish like 2 or 3 things and then you have like 10 things written out. It's just a matter of perspective. If you only write down 3 things and you finish 3 or even 2, you're gonna be like, wow, I did so much today, as opposed to writing down 10 things, which realistically you most likely won't finish all of today or even get to like half of the things that you wrote down. So if you write down 10 and then you only finish like 3, you're gonna be like, damn, I was super unproductive, even though you did 3 things already, but you're just like, I set out the goal to do 10 things and I didn't reach it. So that's why you feel bad, because you didn't meet your goal, even though realistically you did still do a lot of things. It's just a matter of perspective. I'm telling you, it really changes your life. I guess in a way it's like setting lower goals for yourself. If you want more tips and advice, feel free to check out the books that I mentioned in this video. I'm telling you, they are really great reads and they really did change my life. I feel way less anxious, way less stressed about how things are going because I've decided to take on this more like mindful, grateful state of mind. Also, before I end this video, I just want to say that I recently started a podcast. If you want to take a listen, that would be amazing. I will have a link down below. You can find all my socials down there as well. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a really great day, night, or evening. Bye.